Do you ever have big dreams but never start working on them? Do you wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions? Arlen knew that feeling very well. He was the most talented architect in his mountain village. Everyone knew his name. Everyone respected his skills. He could design anything: houses, towers, temples. His drawings were beautiful, detailed, perfect. But there was one project that lived in his mind for years: the bridge. The village was separated from the neighboring town by a wide river. People had to walk hours around the mountains to reach the other side. It was difficult. It was tiring. Everyone wished for a bridge, and Arlen wanted to build it. Not just any bridge, the most magnificent bridge anyone had ever seen. Strong enough to last forever. Beautiful enough to take your breath away. Perfect in every detail. He started planning. He drew sketches every night. He studied old bridges from distant lands. He calculated measurements. He redesigned, improved, perfected. Months became years. The drawings piled up in his workshop, each one more detailed than the last, each one closer to perfection. But the river remained empty. No bridge, just dreams. One day, the village leader came to Arlen's workshop. "Arlen, it has been 5 years since you started planning the bridge. When will you begin building?" Arlen looked at his latest drawing. "Soon. I am almost ready. The design is almost perfect. Just a few more improvements, and it will be ready to build." The leader looked at the hundreds of drawings covering the walls. He sighed quietly and left. Arlen returned to his work, trying to ignore the doubt growing in his chest. The truth was, Arlen was afraid. What if he started building and made a mistake? What if the bridge was not as perfect as his drawings? What if people were disappointed? It was safer to keep planning, keep improving, keep dreaming. At least in his drawings, everything was perfect. Then, one spring morning, something changed. Arlen was walking by the river when he saw a young girl named Mira. She was carrying stones from the riverbank and placing them in the water. One stone at a time, she was building something. Arlen watched her, confused. "What are you doing?" he called out. Mira looked up and smiled. "Building a bridge? Well, trying to. I am tired of walking around the mountains, so I decided to do something about it." Arlen almost laughed. "That is not how you build a bridge. You need plans, calculations, proper materials. You cannot just put stones in the water." Mira shrugged. "Maybe, but at least I am doing something. You have been planning for years, and there is still no bridge. I would rather have a bad bridge today than a perfect bridge never." Her words hit Arlen like a hammer. He walked away feeling uncomfortable, irritated, but he could not stop thinking about what she said. Over the next few weeks, Arlen watched Mira work. She came to the river every day after her chores. Stone by stone, she built. It was not elegant. It was not perfect. Some stones fell back into the water. Some days, she made no progress at all. But slowly, something started to appear. A rough, uneven path of stones stretching into the river. Other villagers started to notice. Some laughed, some shook their heads, but some started to help. An old farmer brought larger stones. A young boy helped place them. A woman brought clay to fill the gaps. The imperfect bridge started to grow. Arlen watched from his workshop window. Part of him wanted to tell them they were doing it wrong. Part of him admired their courage. And part of him felt ashamed. One evening, Arlen walked to the river. Mira was sitting on her unfinished bridge, tired but smiling. "It is not much," she said when she saw him, "but it is real. In a few more weeks, people will be able to cross without walking around the mountains. It will not be beautiful like your drawings, but it will work." Arlen sat down next to her. "I have been thinking about your words, about how I have been planning for years while you have been building for weeks. And you are right. I was so afraid of making something imperfect that I never made anything at all. Mira looked at him kindly. Your bridge would be much better than mine. You have the knowledge and skill. I just have the courage to start badly. Those words changed everything. The next morning, Arlen did something he had not done in 5 years. He stopped drawing. He walked to the river. He picked up a stone. And he started building. Not the perfect bridge from his dreams, just a bridge. A real bridge. He used his knowledge to improve Mira's design. He showed the villagers how to place stones for better stability. He designed simple arches using materials they had. It was not the magnificent bridge he had imagined. It was smaller, simpler, not perfect, but it was real. And it was growing. Months later, the bridge was finished. It was a humble bridge. Some stones were rough, some edges were uneven, but it was strong, it was useful, and most importantly, it existed. The day the first person crossed from one side to the other, the whole village celebrated. They celebrated Mira for having the courage to start. They celebrated everyone who helped build it. And they celebrated Arlen for finally choosing action over perfection. That night, Arlen stood on the bridge he had built. It was nothing like the bridge in his drawings, but it was something his drawings never were: real. He realized that all those years, he had been carrying his dreams like a heavy weight. Dreams that never become real are not inspirations, they are burdens. But dreams that you start building, even imperfectly, even slowly, even badly, those dreams become bridges that connect people, change lives, and create something meaningful. Arlen never stopped planning, but he also never stopped building. And he learned that the bridge you start is always better than the bridge you only dream about. Sometimes the courage to begin badly is worth more than the skill to imagine perfectly. Thank you for watching this story. If you enjoyed it, please like this video and subscribe to Wise Man's Tales for more inspiring stories every week. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What dream have you been planning but never started? What is stopping you from taking the first step? Stay brave and start building your bridge today.